Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. This is Scene for Empire of Thorns. Malik Crownsguard has been having a rather upsetting few days, and his fiance has also been quite busy the last few days, but has gotten to the point where honestly he feels that he can no longer ignore, well, not ignore, but put court before his lover, and so he's broken away, even though it got him a very strong admonishment by the queen, and has come over to Malik's hollow. He went looking for Malik and then checked with his friends as to where he could be. So Malik gets a knock on his door.
Uh, in order to get into this particular hollow, I'm pretty sure Ass gave him like explicit instructions on how to do it.
Yep, yep.
So just in case he doesn't run into the hobs and the various things that are protecting the hollow. So, be sad if he like fell into like the numerous traps. But
He
yeah.
did.
So you'll see his room. It's like a really nice place, and he is in the bed, and his room is literally littered with empty bottles, and his eyes are like extremely puffy. He looks like he hasn't left his bed in like 2 days.
Okay. He'll slip his shoes off at the door, closing it,
Mm,
and he'll actually just crawl into bed with him. He'll just
mm.
kind of crawl right up next to him and pull him into his arms.
Uh he's he's not apprehensive, but it's just like he's kind of cold and really very unlike Malik because he has like a warmness to him,
Mm-hmm.
and it's like once as soon as he touches him, he seems like extremely off, like really off.
That being said, note to the winter courtier, the cold thing might be a good thing. But he will he'll basically just kind of pull Malik into his arms and wrap him up, kind of wrapping his body around his. Draven is a pretty big guy, by the way, so
hmm
he's got the ability to kind of, unless Malik is particularly large,
Mm-mm.
um, yeah, he'll basically kind of pull him against him and
Malik,
hold him close.
he's Malik is like 5'10", 11.
Yeah, Draven's 6'4"
hmm
ish, like 6'4" 5", and sitting on a strength of 5, so he's a big guy.
hmm He'll look
Oh,
at
I'm sorry, he's 6'3". I'm sorry, he's 6'3", but let's look at his sheet. Yeah, so he'll just hold him to him.
I got you in trouble then.
Yeah, fuck off. I don't care. You're my priority.
Mhm. How much trouble did you get into? And how'd
Yeah,
you find this place? It's cheating.
it's not cheating. I
Mm.
asked. I text your dear best friend and asked her.
I'm gonna spank her. This place
I
is a
cornered
secret.
her in a dark alley and held her up at knife point for the address. Are you happy?
Sorta, not really.
He'll nuzzle his nose. I really don't care how much trouble I've gotten in. They can fuck off.
um,
For you, just
it,
walk away from the court. I think Spring would get tired of me very quickly, but you need me. He'll kind of nuzzle him. So here I am.
he'll kind of hold his nose and like that loving kind of way. Um, so I was walking the other day, oh, the other day, and it was okay. And I was standing on the corner, and
Hmm.
I was waving goodbye to some people, whatever, and business meeting for school. And there were a group of kids going away uh, from either dance practice or recital or whatever the case may be. And Malik will kind of shake and tears coming down his face. He It wasn't anything weird or strange, but he was probably no older than 17, and laughing about whatever the case may be, and he sounded just like me. Well, he obviously wasn't me, 17, but he had my hair, same face, the same walking gait. Um, Weirdly, he still had the birthmark on his neck. Still had that birth defect. You know, the one where you have different color eyes, one's different than the other.
Hmm. I didn't know that your children still lived in the area.
Hmm. That they do. New York City is a big place, so
So, yeah, until it's not.
that awkward part. Yesterday was his birthday, and yeah, I'm already in trouble. I've called off work, and I know Claudia and a few other people want to talk to me, but as he looks at his phone and points at the 250 missed messages, 300 text messages, and
Good God, this is what happens when you oath so many people to yourself. This is why I keep so little pledges. I have one to you, one to the court, and one to my lord, and that's it. No stretch.
it's not pledges. Is pretty sure as he looks through his phone, 50 of these are from Az,
Naturally. These are
uh, as
no
Sebastian,
51 are from me.
51 are from you.
Mhm.
There's like 7 from Sebastian, 16 from the weird darkling, and the one that kind of stabs people now. We gotta talk to him about that. And yeah,
Is that one from Lucas Adair?
seems that way.
Oh, scandalous.
Not really. I think he wants to like he's in that weird phase where he doesn't know if he's gay or straight. He'll just shrug. It's kind of not my type. Like
He could be one of those gays in bed.
that. I don't deal with that. Like
Neither do I.
yeah. And the rest of these are from work. And I had no idea that King knew how to text. But
He learned the other day, actually.
he'll kind of shrug. I
He
don't
wanted to
think
text
he.
some girl named Jessica.
Oh,
The scandal deep.
seems that way. I have 2 boys.
I know, you told me.
And I remember being in the waiting room for them, emergency room, standing next to the person that agreed to be the mother of my children, with my would-be husband. And yeah, we were all there. It was a happy day. And I left the waiting room, and then terrible happened. He'll kind of shrug and laugh.
I remember the day Bella was born. She, her mother was 16, and her parents were there. Her brother. My parents had moved on by that point, so they weren't there. They were never a part of Bella's life, not until I got back. I, when I was taken, my mistress, I realized that I could make a deal with her. And I did. I told her I'd go with her to Fairy willingly and serve as her vassal, as long as she gave me 1 day a year to come back. And I told her I'd tell her on that day, I told her what day it would be. And it was the day that Bella was born, her birthday. I came back every year for 24 hours on her birthday.
Your mistress was kind. The Lord that I actually never really talked about this is set with ass. We both are usually wrong drunk by this point.
My mistress was far from kind. I was a gypsy boy. I knew magic and the way of the fae. I knew that the lords of the other worlds could be dealt with, and so I did. I was a scared, stupid 15-year-old, and I was dying. The hunt, the lord of the hunt had gotten a hold of me and literally eviscerated me. I had a bit of intestine over there. He'll kind of point over by like his dresser.
Mhm.
A bit of gut over there. He'll kind of point at like his TV.
Mhm.
And my stomach was splayed open to the god in the wind. And my mistress came and told him to stop and said that she wanted me to keep me, that I was beautiful and strong. And so she healed me. I was going to do the right thing, actually. My parents told me that they'd never accept it if I had he'll shake his head, if I owned up to my mistake, that I had knocked up a dojo girl. She wasn't Rom, she wasn't Gypsy, but I didn't give a fuck if I was 15. I was a father. That was taken from me. It seems like I was taken from you too. The ability to be a father.
I always, I always knew where they were. Same address. Um, and I used to the first year after I came back. I'd stalk the place.
What's
Kind
up
of
with their
fun.
father? Did he remarry? Is your fetch involved?
Yeah, they're still married
Is he good to him? Are they happy?
for the most part. I mean,
Hmm.
they fight like regular couples, but
You and I fight.
it's nothing out of the ordinary. They're smart kids. I kind of got into reading mail and shit.
You see, the problem is that your fetch is still involved. So introducing yourself as their father was easy for me with Bella because she had a stepfather.
Mm.
Eric wasn't in the picture. But so I was able to introduce myself to her and prove that I was her father. And she, but with you, it's a harder situation because their father is there to what they know, person that has raised them and cared for them. And, you know what I mean?
I know what you mean, but the weirdest thing, Quincy actually followed me after I kind of like broke off into a sprint. Um, he kind of wanted to ask me all these questions and stuff, and kind of cursed at me for a little bit because I was being weird, kind of awkward. Um, he said that we looked really alike, and he wanted to get a picture for Instagram. Uh, it was weird. I didn't want to be around it.
Well, I can tell you this much. Your I made an ally out of my fetch. I didn't just automatically assume that it had to be a good versus evil, black and white showdown. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
I worked with mine and I worked with my family and I worked to get back what I lost. And in a way, I did. I could never raise Bella as my own, but I became a part of her life, Sam, and now my grandson. Wow, grandson. Jesus Christ, I can't believe that. I'm a grandfather. That still blows my mind.
You're a hot grandpa. He'll laugh at you.
Maybe there's something that can be done for the boys, and I mean, maybe we can work together to figure something out, get you back in their lives.
Do you think they'll want me to?
From my interactions with Bella, it was it was hard. It wasn't easy, but love, in my opinion, will win out in the end.
You sound like a
But
fairist.
I am a fairist.
He'll kind of like stick out his tongue, like you sound like a goddamn spring courtier,
Well,
high off of the last novel they read. Like,
I've been sleeping with a spring courtier, and I'm trying not to drop back to my own court. Well, it's better to just let things pass. As the turning of the season, so they've moved on to a new life. Let
Malik
us
is like,
begin a new. Are you? Do you really want that for me?
you kind of flip him off. It's just like, don't. That's not even funny. Like,
You're laughing internally a little bit.
I am.
Okay, well, I was just clear on that. I thought. Oh, right. Yeah. No, forget it. I just remembered something.
What?
You want a big wedding? I was just gonna say, let's go get married. Like, I got time. Let's go. But Then I realized I remembered you wanted a big wedding.
Yes, I want a big wedding.
Okay, love a big
I don't
wedding.
want to like show up to the bar and be like, by the way, we got hitched.
Peacocks. Peacocks everywhere.
I don't think it'll be kind of fun to have a long engagement.
How long?
I wanted to get married on when winter becomes spring, so the spring solstice.
This one or next year's?
This one.
Okay, good. That's not that long. Okay, well, yeah, I guess for us lost it is pretty long, actually.
It's a little long. It's a lot stable.
I think it's like a few months.
Few months.
At least we can use the court. You can use the spring court for the venue, right?
Of course. People owe
Yes.
me favors. I've been
Oh,
collecting them like Pokemon cards lately.
but can it be a peacock themed wedding? That's the only request I have.
Hi,
And
peacocks.
I love peacocks.
It's
I really
weird.
do.
Fine.
What?
It's so weird.
What? No, I love the colors. Those are my favorite colors. And they're pretty. I like their tails.
He'll shake his head.
I didn't ask for it to be sea bright chicken.
They look like sea bright chickens. He'll laugh.
Don't look like sea bright. Sea bright chickens are black and white. Zoology is not your strong front.
He'll just shrug.
Just grab his
Whatever.
face and wiggle. What are we gonna
Oh
do
man.
with children for ourselves?
I wanna have another kid. It might be
Hmm?
fun.
Are we going to adopt, or are we going to
Mm.
surrogate, or what?
He'll kind of laugh. I was joking with Az, and she said, "You seem like the type that'll do something weird." It's like, what do you mean? She said that I'd actually like sign some goblin contract to get pregnant. Like, you
I
think
don't think
I'd
I could
do?
handle you if you were pregnant. Like, I'm not strangle you. I'm just letting you know right now.
What do you mean you wouldn't be able to handle me?
Mm-mm. Nope.
Okay.
I'll just nuzzle him. You'd have to be a woman to carry a baby. Where's the fetus gonna gestate? In a box?
I don't know. Fucking magic.
Oh my god, Junior! I want to keep my baby. You want to be Arnold Schwarzenegger, baby? Is that what you want?
No, he'll
It's
just
my
laugh.
baby. The only thing worser than the thought of you carrying a child to term in that body is my Arnold Schwarzenegger impression.
Oh no, that baby will wreck my body.
No, please. Oh my god, I love your that. He'll point at like his thigh, hip, groin, all that area, and be like, "Please don't fuck that canvas up." My lips love being down there way too much. When
Behave.
I like get kicked in the head by a baby, or like in my ass or something, and I'm gonna smack his stomach, and I'm gonna be like, "Fucking calm down, kid." But we could make a goblin contract to
Mm,
take us and squish us together, and then put it in a woman that could surrogate for us. Gestational carrier, he'll air quote, whatever the fuck
mhm.
that is.
That's an idea, but which woman?
Not as, and I don't mean that rudely, I just don't want Satan to take the baby.
No. I'll think of someone.
Yeah, but how do you walk up to say, "Hey, I just met you, and this is crazy, but here's my fetus, so have my baby." Just
Mm.
that's really I kind of think, kind of putting his hands behind his head, like, who do I know well enough to have my baby?
I should be asking that question too. But hmm,
Well, I can think of one person, but
who
well, Isabella did offer to surrogate for us the other day. Remember?
isn't that a little weird? Mhm.
Okay, we're gonna pause at this point and point out again, as much as it was it to my complete and utter no, 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 she married my fetch. Then had a child with him. That that's weird. But I mean, mothers surrogate for their children. Oh, my mom carried my babies. So I mean, it's not that weird.
Hmm, sounds like an interesting one. Proposition.
So we goblin contract to get the child to be ours, yours and mine. She carries him, and we have a baby.
Hmm.
Well, when the hell are we doing this? We're doing this before or after the wedding. Are we going to be bastard fathers?
No, you have to get
No.
married first.
Okay. I mean, I'd have your baby out of wedlock, but
You kind of smack him on the butt. Stop that.
he's kind of like wrapped around him, like holding him. But I do love you. I hope you know that intensely and irrationally, and probably at what some levels would be considered stalking in most states, and probably on a federal level too.
He'll shake his head. Yes, you're a criminal, and you kill people, and you're kind of insane. I
Yeah.
get that.
Yeah. I mean, I don't kill people if I don't have to. I mean, it's only if I really have to. I mean,
Hmm. Yeah, you killed about maybe 50 Faye. Like,
no, it wasn't that many. It was like 48.
it's 50. You skipped the last two because his head kind of exploded.
I mean, did he die from you? That's not like, that's not, you're assuming that was a fatal wound.
Person without a head is a fatal wound, sir.
Well, to Gabby Giffords. Out of game, I'm so sorry.
That's hilarious.
Out of game, I'm so sorry. In game, I don't give a fuck.
He'll just shake his head and look at him like fucking psychopath. Like, but yes. Hmm. Mm-mm. Sorry about that. Mm. Who is this guy?